Welcome back to Gamers Play Games, where you can watch games, practice game design. We're back with Battle Chef Brigade. What?
I was just being your wingman.
It's Battle Chef Wingman.
Yeah. If you're gonna be in a brigade, you gotta have brigands, you know what I'm saying? And if there's brigands, you gotta have a wingman. This logic doesn't make any sense. There's nothing. Okay.
Is she like a dwarf?
Maybe.
She's not even really that short. She's just...
How do you know our character's just not, like, really short?
I guess we could be just tiny.
Yeah, honestly, they're really not that short. Like, the doors are like...
I mean, I like that her hammer is one of those tenderizing hammers. It seems pretty appropriate. Yeah.
Her knives are chef knives.
Who, Mina's?
Yeah, Mina's.
I mean, that makes sense.
Thrash's is a cleaver. A meat cleaver.
Well, that's kind of why I was making fun of the dude with the club with the nails in it. Like, what are you going to do with that?
Well, you know,
not a very
maybe
useful...
there's a reason he doesn't make it very far.
Although I liked your idea of him using that to stir.
Maybe it's not a club. Maybe it is a spoon. Maybe it really is a spoon with nails in it.
It could be.
So, while the previous challenges with Belchior are about, like, there's a, not necessarily one set way to solve it, but there's a ultimate solution. You have to get to a certain thing. In this one, they're just going to put a bunch of gems in there, and then you got to get to the pattern.
Speed run.
Yeah.
Although they still tell you an optimal thing that you need, right? Up at the top? Like that's what you're going for? That arrangement?
Yeah. Get over there. What am I doing, man? I don't even know what I'm doing right now.
It's 2 a.m. It's okay.
I'm
there you go. You got it. No, you had it.
I didn't have it. Boom, boom.
Oh, well,
wow, that was like, I just did the freaking, the one challenge and did great, and then I do this and I'm messing up.
That looks delicious, though. I would love to eat that right now.
He's an old man.
Is that a scar, or do you think that's like one of those gross veins on his head?
I hope it's a scar.
I love those little guys.
Yum.
Little fish gobs. Gobs. Remember, focus on the pattern the customer requests. Oh, okay, so that's kind of what...
taste gems in the dish don't matter. Just gotta find the right thing that they want out of me. Boom.
Nice. I kind of wish they made little, like gross, like, wet foot slaps on the floor. Like,
and then, like, a trail of his footprints behind. Why are they always wet?
There's no water. I kind of like that they show you the faces of the customers too. Like it's arbitrary, right? It doesn't really matter, but it helps give some extra flavor. Oh wow, you got this. Well, you had it. There you go. So does it decrease in points based on how long you take, or based on how many?
You basically have a certain amount of time to accomplish each one.
Oh, I see. You have the time up in the right. So you just try to do as many orders as possible. That is a big-ass, like, plant slime. And he was so happy to be cooked.
So, yes.
Do they just, like, keep their smile after they die? It's a little unsettling. Like, I wouldn't want to eat that if it smiled at me as I'm eating it.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think I would want to eat most of these monsters in general.
I disagree. Some of this looks delicious.
Then,
it's just, if it has a smiling face, it probably isn't edible. Especially if most of its body is a face. like I'm one of those people that if you give me, like a fish fillet, for example, and it still has its head on it, I'm probably gonna I'll eat it, but like I'm gonna feel real weird about it the entire time and probably cut off its head and just kind of scoot it aside and try to pretend like it wasn't there.
Yeah, it's fair.
Because I don't like looking at the face, you know. It's
you don't want a reminder of what you're eating.
Yeah, but like, imagine a slime where
boom,
90% of its body is a face. What do you do?
We're like, I wonder what I'm eating today. So normally when you do these, like you get 25 gold for doing the other two, the hunt and the puzzle. For this one, it's random. Like, or not random. It's not random. I mean, it's based off of how many dishes you get. So in general, like you might average to 25, as in you usually start getting like 27, and by the end of it, you're like pulling off like 22 or whatever. I just got 37. So that just shows you the difference in difficulty for later in the game to where we're at now.
I mean, that's fair.
And they do a great job at making it harder in different ways. Pretty cool. Boom.
Do you think that with the environment art, they actually like painted everything out in like a watercolor? Because this is watercolor 100%. Paint. Yeah, I didn't look into how they did the art for this.
I'm pretty sure they said it was hand drawn.
Well, hand painted for at least the environments, but the animations were probably hand drawn. Is that your falcon? It's really beautiful because it's hand drawn. Oh, she knows. She remembers the pencil.
Should I be fighting matches? You're the first falconer I've ever met.
Is there something you want?
No, for me, have fun, training.
I'm just going to look dramatically into my falcon's eyes. Hello, little falcon. I'm still eating.
Oh, I have to shop now. Okay, cool. So, items, right? We have no cooking. We only have our basic pan. We have no cooking, so we have some money. Let's go to frickin' shop. So this is cookware, and then there's cooking, two different types of categories. So these are pretty cool. Basically what it means is you can match to red, but you can't match anything else in that pot. Same thing with green, and same thing with blue. So it's pretty powerful.
With a pretty severe limitation. That's cool.
It is pretty cool. I have read a review on Steam one before I got the game. I was reading a review, and one guy was like, there's no, like, it makes no sense to get anything besides the 3 first starting pots. Well, there's other things that come in a game later that, like, for instance, bone. There's a bone thing that can show up in your dishes. And your pots can't get rid of that unless you have a basic pan. So that guy, like, clearly didn't play more than the first, like, 2 hours of the game because they're like, you only get these 3, and that's it. That's all you ever need. And they're really good at first, but seriously, you can do way better than this.
Like, either that or the guy never came back to the shop. Just kept playing, like, why would I need to open the shop? I have the best thing.
Fool. What a fool. So these are cooking ingredients where, like, you basically start off with these ingredients, and each one, they don't do a great job of telling you, but it's like 2 basic blue ingredients. And what that means is it's you get 2 uses of it.
Oh.
But what they don't tell you is that 4 of that element shows up.
Oh.
Yeah. So
it's like undiluted. It's like pure blue, pure red, pure green.
And all level 1.
That's kind of nice. Yeah, that makes sense based on how they handle the match 3 system in this game, because you could drop a block of 4 and it wouldn't automatically consume itself.
Yep.
That's smart.
So yeah, anyway, let's, I don't know, let's pick up a water pot.
Yeah.
Why not?
That looks pretty cookable.
We'll just, to go along with it, do the sapphire do.
That looks like a diamondish kind of, or like one of those like
jerky
fancy rocks, you know, that are smoothed out, but they have that like crazy crystallization on the inside. The sapphire do. Like, that looks like if you try to bite into it, you're gonna break your teeth. It's probably just water.
Collected at just the right hour in the morning, slightly salty and reminiscent of the ocean. Yeah.
But like,
how big do you think? Like, I mean, is it as big as this jerky?
You're just like,
and if so, is this jerky as big as this pot?
Shit.
So boom, we have all the starting cooking ingredients, and then we just have the blue pot. We really don't need them; they're luxury items, but you know.
I mean, it seems good to me.
Really, everything is a luxury item. So we can either challenge Thresh, or we can challenge Shiv.
That's up to you, man. I have no opinion.
Oh, or we can challenge Caesar.
That guy.
You want to face off against him?
He won't move. Be like, I'll challenge you. If I win, you have to move.
Can I challenge her? I can challenge her.
Wow, you can challenge anyone.
There's a few people I actually never played against Thresh in my playthrough.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh. You do you, man. It would be my honor if we could duel. Sir, you think I have all day to watch little green sprouts like you play make-believe chefs?
Oh, that's an insult. Oh.
Oh, I was just about to say, like, what could they reject your challenge? It's like, there's no reason why they wouldn't, you know?
Yeah. I've never seen that before.
Rude. You know what I see. What I see it. You know that look when I know that look when I see it. You want to duel, don't you? You've got fire going. It's 2 a.m. I'm bad at reading right now. All right, I accept your challenge. I like a person that doesn't back down.
You didn't really like convince me to back down. To be, you know.
You should back down.
Okay. Let's do this.
I will replace my bicep with you.
Did he seriously just cut off his own arm so he could do that? How is this working?
I don't understand.
Final last words. So yeah, I played against. I will say, I played against Shiv in my playthrough, and then later on, she gets kicked out. Or she gets 3 losses.
Oh,
and it was like, did I contribute to that? What if I don't play against her? Does she make it in if I don't play against her? So I'm really curious to find that out.
That's kind of cool. Oh, yeah, I know this guy.
This is the guy that I was like, I want to be him when I grow up.
I could see that.
Look at him, man. He's perfect.
Like, ha I'm charming and
I've got a cape. He uses poetry.
He's even, you know what he's doing? He's doing the half tuck, except like, you know the half tuck where it's like you got your shirt like tucked in on one side but out on the other, but he's doing that
Wheeler
with a cape.
Style from the Captain America. Yeah, Captain America.
I don't know.
Wheeler, man, he always had half of his shirt.
Yeah, man.
Like, Wheeler, get your shit together, man.
But like that's the like nonchalant cool guy. Like I don't really care.
You know what he did?
I'm so cool.
Like that at the beginning of the match. I don't know if they could see it. My hand was probably cut off. Now that I think about it. Yeah, announce me.
I just walked in here. I don't know what's happening.
Where am I? I just challenged him to a duel, and then I'm here now.
She's sure to serve up intriguing creations.
My stomach's definitely not made of iron right now.
Mina!
She just like, like whoa, that was dramatic.
Remember when we said dad jokes?
I had a feeling.
Look at he's the nicest orc you could ever meet. He's like, hey, no problem.
I was wondering if he was an orc. I had a feeling that he would be. He doesn't have like some of those more exaggerated features like giant fangs sticking out of his underjaw.
They definitely went with a more human style orc.
I think that's okay. I mean, like, I think their interpretation was like the crazy tattoos and the super buff physique.
Yeah.
And I think that still reads pretty well for that theming.
Also, you mentioned dwarf. Caesar's also a dwarf, the big guy that was blocking the hallway. He's a dwarf, so it's like...
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
They do have different races, and I'm guessing Kieran's an elf, but they don't really go into that.
Plus, if you consider, if orcs have those giant tusks coming out of their jaw, how are they going to enjoy nice cuisine? Huh?
With their tusks?
Yeah.
Maybe they use them as shish kebab skewers. I'll get to this later. I would.
I mean, I probably would too.
Honor and a privilege to sit at the judge's platform for the centennial. There's nothing like a dish with plenty of fire to invigorate the
We chose the wrong pot.
Oh well.
People of Victusia, I struggled with the choice for today's theme ingredient for weeks before
So hit the mic. I'm gesticulating like you would.
Well, if you ever cosplay, now you know who you can be.
Oh my god. Yes.
Except for Spike Spiegel, but that's a whole different.
And Noctis.
That's for some bad videos we want to make.
I'm Noctis, and I like fishing.
Whoa!
Baroon!
Whoa!
For the record, this is totally an unfair matchup, technically, because Thrash is all about fire, and we're going into fire element, cooking with a fire creation beast. Like, technically...
You chose Bulbasaur. Of course, your opponent chose Charmander, and you're like, well, hopefully you don't know how to use Ember yet, because otherwise I'm fucked.
This is over.
Oh, he really did just, like, summon meat. He was like, Bourbon! And then just meat.
Yeah.
So do you have a limited space on, like, how many ingredients you can hold on those shelves?
You know, I don't think so.
I mean, that's kind of nice. I feel like the obvious reason to not spend too much time loading up those shelves is, you know, you can use that time to cook. But yeah, I don't know.
Get away.
Thought, wow, those guys are like totally omnivorous. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I will eat anything and poop out an egg, even though that's not how reproduction cycles work.
Interesting. So we haven't really talked about sauces yet. And that chest right there normally pops out sauces. So I guess they're like, oh yeah, these sauces don't exist, so here you go. We're just going to give you regular food out of that chest.
I mean, presumably that's why you can't break eggs yet, because we haven't been made aware that sauces exist. I mean, that was sort of my assumption, but... So we're mostly looking for red stuff right now, yeah?
Yeah. Basically, like, we can put other stuff in the dish, but basically how it works is he wants fire, so we have to give him predominantly fire.
Now, we chose the water bowl. Can we choose to not use it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I mean,
We
that's
still have
good.
our regular bowl equipped, and that's basically how that works.
I guess it's more of a pan or a pot, but I don't know, bowl felt right. But that's good, because otherwise it would probably never be optimal to use one of those pots, because you never know if you're going to equip it's a 1 in 3 chance of choosing the right one
Yeah.
to equip.
Whatever.
Which, like, as a supplementary thing, is valuable. But if that's your only way of cooking, then yeah, that would probably not end well. So,
We should probably... Oh, go on. What?
no, what were you gonna say?
I was going to say we should probably go over the fight mechanics. They show the uppercut and like, you know, do this attack. There's also like a Hadouken move in this game.
Oh,
Yeah, there's like, so here's your basic attack, here's your up attack, your down attack, slide, and then there's a Hadouken. Hey. There it is. Hadouken. Super powerful. Does like a multi-hit.
huh? Fully stocked.
Oh.
Maybe you do have a limit.
I guess so. I didn't know that. Now I do. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead, because I have these, I'm going to go ahead and put them in. I'm going to go ahead and put them in. Boom. Then I'm going to walk away. And then start working on my bow run. So I got to
shit.
make sure that I have my bow run in there first. Cool.
I didn't realize
Turn
that you
this
could
on.
have multiple pots going at once.
Yes, sir.
And can you... Oh, yeah, you can pick the orbs out of the other one. Ah,
And stir. Try to get some...
that's so
there we go.
clever.
It comes in super handy later.
The more we explore this system, the more I'm really growing fond of how they built the puzzle system.
Yeah.
Because it could have felt so generic. Especially because they're using very familiar base mechanics for how this game works. Match 3 has been around forever.
Yeah, absolutely.
But seeing how they kind of like made it their own is really cool.
And it kind of blows, like, I'm blown away by how they managed to use that to make different equipment do different things. I think that's one of the things that sticks out to me. I was like, I love how the equipment really changes the mechanics of the game. And because of that, you can come up with some really cool ideas. Okay, so good. I have plenty of this, so we're gonna...
60 seconds remain. Yeah, at what point do you usually come back to start cooking?
I don't really have an answer for that, honestly. It's just like kind of whatever. Crap.
Based on like how good you're doing as far as collecting ingredients?
Yeah, I make sure my thing is I make sure I always have and we'll do this, and I just need one more of these. Okay. I make sure I have my ingredient in, my main ingredient first. There we go.
Watch that whole thing like, Nathan, please.
What am I doing?
It's 2 a.m. There you go.
And then boom.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do this. Boom.
You don't want to match those? Oh, that's right, because they're level 3. You can't actually combine those.
I can... Oh, shit. Am I gonna be able to pull this off in time? No. Not if I screw up.
Oh. Yeah, there you go.
Shit,
Yeah.
I didn't give myself
Yeah.
enough time.
You got that last green.
I didn't serve it to him in time. So I'm going to get a negative for it, but my dish is pretty rocking. I'm sure I'm still going to win this.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Harsh. Judgment.
It's because I got too greedy. I could have just served it to him as is.
That is
Delicious.
I would eat that.
My
Love
dish is
that
better than
fire intensity comes through every bite.
But you... Oh, yeah.
Great mouth feel.
Okay, he actually did pretty good this time.
Outstanding. That also looks delicious.
Oh, for not hitting the...
But... Yeah.
Boom.
Nice. Lovely dish. The flavors have come together nicely.
So, how are we doing on time?
Oh, we're overtime.
Okay, cool. So I think we'll continue with this, but I think the good question of the day right now is we were able to set off two pots at a time, and I was able to walk away while having them cook.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
I mean, maybe the question is, how does having that, like...
multitasking element affect the game and added layer of complexity?
Mm-hmm. To the puzzle mechanics. The match 3 mechanics. I keep calling them puzzle. They're not totally puzzle. Match 3 is sort of its own thing. It's kind of puzzly, it's kind of not. I don't really know what to say about it. But yeah, how does that offer a different style of complexity for the cooking mechanics?
Yeah.
Dragon necklace.
I've never got this before because I never fought him.
Oh.
Every time you beat somebody, they give you an item.
Yeah, okay, dagger set enemies on fire. I knew that some types of attacks would cause you to get different types of ingredients, but I figured that was always based on the equipment you use.
I don't know if that actually is how that works.
Well, the fire attacks will automatically sear some things. Like if you...
Really?
That's my rough understanding, and I've never played the game, but that's what I've heard.
Okay, so there's a point where you can like fight in an area that has lava, and if you kill something and its ingredient falls in lava, it will just bounce off of it until it lands into a place where it can be picked up. And it's darker and looks like it's been on fire, but I don't really know if that actually changes the ingredient or not. I wonder.
I think it does. I mean, like, that seems very intentional. Otherwise, what would be the benefit of giving you a fire? The ability to have fire-based attacks, other than potentially dealing more damage to a certain type of enemy. But with a game where it has that hidden depth of, like, you know, let a bird eat a piece of food and now it poops out an egg and you can hit that egg to make a sauce, like, why wouldn't an elemental-based attack
absolutely
have a similar
I can see how water would affect it. Earth would probably be the tricky one, because they could also justify different ways of cooking. Here's the fire. You want to use water to cook, it's like making a soup. But the earth one is the one that sticks out and makes things a little interesting. Because the earth tends to be about spices, herbs, things like that.
Salted meat.
And red is all about meat and spicy. So like I'm looking like their cuisine is very spicy. If a third of all the things they eat are spicy, they're very spicy people.
But spicy isn't necessarily the same as, like, herbaceous.
No, they're
So, like,
literally two different things in the game.
Yeah.
Peppers versus
Herbs.
Yeah. Anyway, so we already asked the question of the day. We are good and over time, so everybody, thank you for watching. We'll be back with more because I'm going to drag this guy into it because we're going all the way.
I'm hooked. I'm into this.
Dunzo, Washington.
Bye.
Bye.